Because we have all come here having realized that there is still something that remains unfulfilled in our hearts. Despite everything that you have to your name, despite everything that belongs to you, there is still something that remains unfulfilled. You are not content, are you? Honestly? Give me that virtual nod again. Just a virtual one. Okay, I'll close my eyes. Now give me a real one. Dear ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing you can do that would embarrass you in front of me. I promise you that. There is nothing you can do. You can come here and walk naked. I won't be embarrassed. You can come in front of me and tell me every secret that you've held so dear in your life. I'd be fine with that. Because I don't see a bad man. I don't see a bad woman. All I see is the product of circumstances. The product of circumstances. If I could be disheartened, if I could be discouraged by listening to someone's story, by this point, I'd have left my robes and probably ended up in Angodo somewhere. Because every living, breathing soul that walks through the gates of our monastery, they bring with them a story. And those who come along will know that every week we have about 1,000 men and women just like yourselves who walk in through those gates. And each of them, they bring a story. Why would someone walk into a monastery? It's not for the food. Why does someone walk into the salon? For lunch? No, because they need their hair done. So why does someone walk into a temple? Because there's a burning fire that they don't know what to do with. Don't you agree? I mean, there's always a purpose with wherever we go, right? You go to the playground to play. You go to the restaurant to eat, have a meal. You go to school to learn. You go to work to earn. You go to the temple to stop the burn. Most of the time, who do you see in temples on a Poya day? Young youths, full of life and vitality. Who do you see? You in 10 years, right? Or you in 20, maybe 30. Most of the time you see whom? The elderly. Does that not beg a question? Why, after having lived 60 years, 60 full years, if you ask them, there'll be mothers, there'll be fathers, there'll be professionals who will have reached the peak of their professions. And you see them in the temple. There'll be powerful men and women who now seem powerless. Guru Swami Wahanse, my teacher, always reminds me, don't fall for these traps because people will use you like a tissue paper. How does one use a tissue paper? You take it out of the box, you wipe your dirty hands with it, and then you do what with it? Put it in your pocket out of gratitude for all that it has done for you? What do? Put it on the altar and hold joss sticks? What do? You put it in the trash. And look back at it again? No. Move on. Let me give you another convincing argument. I know the stories of some of your parents because on occasions you have shared them with me. Let's take a late parent, maybe a mother or a father. They're no more. In their time, how many men, women and children did they serve? Just think of a number. If your father was a doctor, for instance, he would have treated many hundreds, if not thousands of patients. Yeah? If your mother was a teacher, she would have taught many hundreds, if not thousands of students, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Now they are no longer. How many people do you think go looking for them? Go to the cemetery, buy their tombstone and lay down flowers in their name? Tell me. You do it. Still. But what about those people who made use of their useful life? Perhaps your father was the best surgeon around. And there was a patient who had a very complex surgery, and it was your father who saved his life. At the point he was treated, he thanked him profusely and said, "You saved my life, sir. Without you, I wouldn't be alive today." The man was cured. He went back home. A year passed. Perhaps he sent a letter, a thanking letter, the first year. After that, life goes on. Did he come to the funeral? Today, every year at his death anniversary, you give a dani. You do an almsgiving and you transfer merits. Do you think the man who your father healed does a merit transfer at the end of the day? Before he goes to bed? Do you think he does a merit transfer at least on the anniversary of his surgery? You think he does? Are you so naive? You know that doesn't happen, right? But if your father had asked him, "If you want me to do that surgery, you have to do a merit transfer. You have to give me a meal. You have to do this, you have to do that. I call the shots and you do it." He would have done any of that because he wanted his back scratched. Then some of you will have parents who made history. Some of you will have parents who built this country up from what it was. Perhaps there will be those who fought for freedom. Do you think on the anniversary of our freedom, your father is remembered? You remember him still, because he was your father, that's it. So if that is what happened to your father, ... what's going to happen to the son? And what's going to happen to the daughter? The sons and daughters I'm looking at right now.